Hello Hodge here and welcome to a lesson on angles. Today we'll be able to classify and identify different types of angles. Now the keywords here will be angles, of course, obtuse, acute, reflex, right angle, straight line, and etc. As for the real life link, it'll be, again, since it's geometry related, it'll be a lot to do with architecture, cars, engineering, and etc. As for the equipment required, well, it's shown as follows: a calculator, a pen, a paper, a pencil, and a ruler. Now, we'll begin first with a certain type of angle called an acute angle, right? An acute angle is an angle that usually is less than 90 degrees. And it looks like this. So if you were to have a right angle, it will be smaller than a right angle, but of course it will be bigger than 0 degrees. So this is an acute angle, and the angle is measured where this black dot here is. We would usually measure it using a small little arc over here that we would draw like that. So if I were to draw a little option for you, it'll draw something like that. Okay, so this is our example of an acute angle. So we'll look at a few more. As you can see, they are all less than 90 degrees. Now for now, I don't want you to copy anything down, just have a look. So you can see here they can come in any angle and they can come in any position as well, so they don't necessarily have to be a straight line at the bottom. As you can see, it's a bit slanted here. The main thing is that the angle inside, in between the two lines, is less than 90 degrees. So this would be less than 90 degrees, as you can see. And we can estimate it by looking at it like this, and we need to be able to spot what an acute angle is without any sort of number on there. Okay, the next angle we'll look at is a right angle. So you have a horizontal line and you have a vertical line that touches the horizontal line like this at a right angle. A right angle is one which is 90 degrees, and we can say that the vertical line is perpendicular to the horizontal line. But the more important thing over here is that you can see it's 90 degrees. Again, it can come in any sort of rotation. The line over here is slanted, but the angle to it is still 90 degrees. It all depends on what the angle of the other line is, the vertical line. Or if you're taking the vertical to be the base, then the horizontal line. So you can actually find right angles in different shapes. Like here we have a rectangle, and you can see that these edges, these corners of these rectangles, they meet at 90 degrees. Okay. As for this triangle here, you can see that there's a right angle over here. And also, look, if you look at this line over here and how it meets with this line, we can see that this is also an acute angle. Okay, this isn't right angle, this is an acute angle. So you can see angles, you can see where they start popping up. So have a look at the rest of the shapes and also have a think for yourself of what are the different angles that you can see here. The next angle we'll look at is an obtuse angle. So an obtuse angle is one that is greater than 90 degrees. So the angle over here, if we were once again to draw the angle, if we were to draw the angle, this little arc that we draw, it will be greater than 90 degrees. Okay, so we have different examples of obtuse angles. They are greater than 90 degrees, but they are less than 180 degrees. So this also is this is also an an obtuse angle. It's greater than 90 degrees, but it's less than 180. So here are some examples of some obtuse angles. Just get the gist of what an obtuse angle would look like. And then we have finally a reflex angle. A reflex angle is one which is greater than 180 but less than 360, or a full turn. Now the angle would actually be drawn on the outside. Look where the dot is. It'll be on the outside here. So you can see this angle over here is very large. It is not the inside angle. If it were the inside angle, the black dot would be drawn inside, and the arc that I've drawn, that would also be on the inside, but it's not the inside angle. Again, over here we can see an example of a reflex angle that would cross there, and over here is another reflex angle. This is not inside might be a 90 degrees right angle. However, we're not looking there. Look where the dot is. That means that if we were to draw our arc, it will be on the outside, and this over here is also a reflex angle. And then we have another example of another reflex angle. It makes even a sort of Pac-Man shape if you were to draw the arc. So reflex angles are greater than 180 degrees but less than 360. So here's some more examples. You can pause the video and you can study these examples. Again, taking that the angle is on the outside, where this black dot is. Okay, so now I want you to copy these 4 examples down, which is summarizing what we've just seen. Before we were seeing it as dots. Over here we can see that there is actually the arc that I was drawing, the little semicircular arc looking shape. This is to show you our angle. So an acute angle is less than 90 degrees, and we would draw it like that. So it looked typically like this, something like this. An obtuse angle would be between 90 and 180. That's the most important thing. And again, we've drawn a little arc, and we can see that it is greater than 90, but it's less than a straight line, which is 180. As for reflex, greater than 180, and then right angle will be the 90 degree angle. So copy this. This is the only thing I expect you to copy down out of the examples that I've shown, and make sure you know how to spot these, because I'm gonna give you a little definition tester over here. So I want you to pause the video and have a go at matching these words up before I do the words with the numbers. So hopefully you've had a go at matching these up. Once again, if you haven't already done it, to make it more clearer, you want to match the angle with the numbered angle with the name of the angle. So remember what we were saying about what angles are less than 90, which are greater than 90, and so on. Okay then, so let's do this together then. Hopefully you've had a go. I'll be doing it with you now. So 180 degrees, this is the one that you might have struggled on, so we'll come back to that in a second. 79 degrees, this is an acute angle because look, it's less than 90 degrees. As for 90 degrees itself, well, we know that 90 degrees itself is a right angle. And then 198 degrees, be careful here now, okay? It might be in the hundreds, but it is greater than 180 and it's less than 360. So that makes this a reflex angle. And then the final one is 94 degrees. This would be greater than 90 and less than 180, so it's quite straightforward as an obtuse. And then 180 degrees, well, the only thing that's left over here is a straight line, so we can match that up as well. So this is what you should have gotten. So 180 degrees is a straight line. It's a little thing that I didn't actually go through, but hopefully you would have challenged yourself and gotten to. Okay then, so hopefully now you have an idea of how to spot an angle and how to label it. So what you have over here now is 9 different angles. I want you to label these up and tell me whether they are reflex, acute, obtuse, or whatever. Have a go at these and make sure you write this down and take a photo, and of course upload it onto ClassNotes for your teacher to mark. So good luck.